God, there's moans down here. Tortured moans are the last thing you want to hear when you get to the afterlife. It raises so many implications. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Sanitarium. Although you wouldn't know it to look at it, you'd very much know it to hear it. And I guess these visuals sort of make sense. I mean, first of all, whatever discovery led to the creation of the cure or treatment or whichever did seemingly come from South America. We've yet to learn. But the more we do learn about why we were locked up in this sanitarium, the more we learn about Dr. Morgan and his lies, it seems like the more powerful we become until we finally take in this form. So hopefully that means we are nearing the end of this road and are able to clear our name, and more importantly, help those kids. It seems like Dr. Morgan's so-called treatment actually seems to do more harm than good, and maybe ours, our cure, can actually do better. But for the time being, it looks like we're gonna have to navigate this maze and do some sort of platforming, which is gonna be, I can already see this is gonna be awkward with these controls. Okay, you. Next. Over here, we should be safe. Oh boy, this is gonna be nuts to navigate. Oh!
That was close.
Sure was. So we're not going that way. I'm guessing then that our goal is going to be those buttons over there. Just wait for the purple things to be timed away. I've got to say, it's pretty neat how they're using shadows and stuff here to kind of create this sort of 3D perspective. I mean, one thing that's always impressed me about this game is the way it's able to leverage its visual style to be an asset rather than a hindrance. I guess we're probably not going to want to walk on the wood, though. Oop, I didn't want to go there. I wanted to look at that statue. You've got nothing to say about it. Whoa!
That was close.
Okay, are you just going to say that every time? If so, I'm glad you got cut off. Well, I guess there's not static everywhere. There we go. Something tells me we're gonna have to go up to go down in this instance. Well, thank you for saving me from that. Wait, no, that's actually down? Okay, if I try to walk over here... Wait, I can actually walk on this. But I apparently can't climb this ankle high, whatever this is. Alright, but that's fine. I can get over to here. Problem is, you're not going away. Wait, that's not... Okay, I kind of take back what I said about the perspective. This is really weird.
This
There we go.
looks like a release switch.
Well, let's push it then. Okay, 3 lights. I'm guessing we probably don't want all of them on.
These pathways are not strong.
No, they're not whatsoever. Can you walk back? Can we walk under these stairs here? It looks like there's a pathway, but I guess not. We do have the ability to turn them off one by one. Oh, it had to be a specific combination. I assumed it was referring to 3 different, places. So if I go like that, there we go. Then that opens, that opens. Alright, so there was really only one way to do it, but now we have to go back, right? I'm actually pretty grateful for paths falling away, because as long as you can use your eyes to trace where it goes, you can kind of just write off entire sections. Now we've got to go backwards across that static gap. This is not the kind of game where movement-based timing really works well. But then again, if it's anything like the pumpkin maze, I imagine there's not going to be a whole lot of consequence for death. Yep. Across we go. Progress. Look at the way it fades into blue down there. I like that so much better than if it were just a dark abyss, because it implies that there's something down there radiating an immense amount of light. Who knows what it can do to our immortal soul if we were to fall down there. I was always really scared of the Pit of Souls from Hercules. Whatever it was supposed to be. I mean, what good can come of a pit that you get thrown down by James Woods?
That was close.
Haven't heard from you in a little while, Olmec. Alright, so sides, middle, awe. Sides, middle, awe. Stop doing this. Stop doing that thing where I click and you spin around and go in the opposite direction and start walking down a staircase for 10 seconds. Alright, 1, 2. 1. And next is 2.
These pathways are not strong.
I'm imagining into the mouth here is what I'm supposed to be moving towards. I will say it's a nice change in pace after everything we did in the overworld. Sides, middle. Wait, how am I doing this then? I have to go all the way back here? You know, wait, I can do a sneaky. If I save my game here and just say, yes, overwrite, chapter 11, then I can just come back here instead of having to navigate all the way back every time.
Return to game.
I think when you do that, I'm probably just gonna... Okay. Well, now we can test it. I'm thinking when you do that, I should probably just dash across. And hope that that helps, although I don't think I'll be fast enough. The next thing to try is, can I go between them? Okay, we can. That explains it. Let's time this out. Maybe move a little bit more. Through, thank you. And we are going to save again right here.
Game. Return to game.
And we're through. But this weight is in the way. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, and we're back to here. And if I use this to fast travel back, can I do something with you now? You're a lever. Okay, and that does that. What about you indicated that you were a lever? I thought I was gonna, like, push you down and break something deliberately. That's just, like, our whole running thing. Yep. 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 And we're done. Oh, it's timed. Okay, well, we can... No, but we can come down here, though. We can come down here. And then, wait, there's a lever on the wall. We come up behind this thing. I might be seeing this. One of these other pendulums went up when we used the panel. Close that. That opens portcullis. We go up here. There's another lever right here. I'm not sure why we would want that. Go down. And that goes up. What?
This lever locks the gate in place.
Oh, we need to do that first.
This lever locks the gate in place.
Okay. So basically the reason this exists is to pad us out for another minute or so while we come back and take care of this. Is that it? Alright. Go like that. Oh. Maybe the idea is that there's like a pressure plate in there or something. Down we go. I'm not really sure what the fundamental difference in enjoyment is between having this be this way and not.
This lever locks the gate in
Yes.
place.
Yes. Out we go. You're telling me that these villagers built all this. Alright, well, let's rip that mask.
The death mask of Quetzalcoatl.
And that's how we became Olmec the White.
Oh, my poor baby. You had an awful fall. I'm so glad you've come home.
Home?
Well, of course, silly. You did want to come home, didn't you?
Yes, I wanted to.
Well, then that's that. Hush now, Max. When you fell down the chimney, you bumped your head, and now you're a little confused, that's all.
My head hurts. I remember hitting it.
That's right, dear. You hit your head on the chimney. Now don't give it another thought. I'll take care of you.
Chimney? No, I hit it. No, I hit it on. In my car?
No, of course not, dear. You just bumped.
Yes, my car. I was driving and the brakes.
But Max, we've been waiting for you for so long. Don't leave now.
We? Who?
Why, me and little Sarah, of course. Well, who else would it be, silly?
But that's impossible. Sarah is dead.
Sarah! Max is home.
Max, you're home, you're home. I missed you.
You're alive! My God, Sarah! You're... No! You're dead!
Your tenacity is quite remarkable, you know. Your doctor tells me that you should have died in the car wreck. I wish things could have worked out differently, Max, but they didn't. You leave me little choice, old friend. Did you honestly expect me to sit by while you went public with your cure? No. I've worked much, much too hard to allow that. I guess this is goodbye, Max. I'm truly sorry it had to end like this. Farewell.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Quetzalcoatl murdering an entire village. Morgan trying to kill me. Now I see the connections. None of this is real.
As always, nice keeping up, Max. Look back there. Everything is converging here as we're finally starting to realize.
A birdhouse.
And you actually did take your old form, the fast one.
Those things will shred my feet if I try to walk on them.
You mean your hooves? Honestly, you're the one who shouldn't have any problem at all.
A tombstone. Chris P. See you in hell.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Was this targeted directly at me? The developers had some serious foresight putting that in the game when I was 3 years old. What had I done to them then?
The stone reads Jetta Driscoll.
Well, that was easy. No, I'm sorry, I can't progress without talking about that cutscene because that was horrifying. I mean, even for all the jank of this 90s animation, something that almost looks like it would be in like a nonsense like Cyber 8 video or something, it still comes across as scary, I think in large part because of that soundtrack, and the way it doesn't shy away from the really messed up imagery. For some reason, the contrast with the 90s cheese actually kind of makes it come off scarier. I don't know, there's a real honesty to the storytelling here.
What does this headless apparition want from me? What does this headless apparition want from me?
I don't know, I was thinking you would ask.
A giant clown head. What an eyesore.
I'm glad you're taking all of this in stride, Max.
A bridge of thorns. Ouch.
It's one last-ditch effort to stop you.
What is that? It looks like a giant eye.
It looks like someone's staring down at us. In that moment, it became clear that in all of our visions, he represents death itself. All of these have been an attempt to, I guess, metaphorically bury us. And now he's all out of ideas, so he's resorting to brutality as opposed to intellect. Because that was always his thing, wasn't it? That was always where his attitude would inevitably lead. We've still got things on
An
us.
Aztec statue. A Grimwall comic book. Sarah's doll. Who am I now? I have to hold on to my real identity. I am Max.
You have to hold on to it, but all of these things are a part of you. And that's why it's so significant. You have to utilize all the things that made you you in order to regain your personality, to regain yourself.
What does this headless apparition want?
Yeah, I kind of thought that maybe you could use one of these things to help. Well, look, if you were Olmec, then maybe you could walk on this stuff?
The pumpkins appear to light up, but why?
It's a memory game.
Nope.
That wasn't right? Hang on, play it again. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't move. I can't move. Hello? Hello? Oh!
My God, they must have been illusions. Everything is.
Darwin, I never thought you capable of that. But I am proud. They were getting really, really annoying. I think they were the kids from before, but they didn't appear deformed this time.
A human skull.
Alright, come with me, buddy.
What is that? It looks like a giant eye.
Yep, I mean, hey, it's the same thing, so you may as well reuse the line. Meanwhile, if we were to bring this back to you...
A stone crypt. It came up out of the ground. Cement lid. Looks heavy. I can't do that.
You can't do anything with it. Unless you were
Grimwall
strong.
The head of the angelic statue.
Okay, that's a statue.
The
And
head of
they
the angelic
use
statue.
that somewhere. Okay, but if we
The head
become
of the
Olmec again, we can walk on this thorny bridge. Sarah was pretty good at this game, but
Aztec
if we become you, I mean, if we
Grimwall
become
comic.
you...
This game appears to be a test of strength. Hit the board and ring the bell.
That's right.
Got it!
God, look at you. You're so much worse than I even thought. Maybe Sarah's the one for this? I love how it's showing, in like a literal sense, how all these different aspects of our life, these things that were important to us, even the traumas gave us the strength to overcome different types of adversity.
Why are these teeth flashing colors? I'm not putting my hand in the fire.
Okay, but what if you were a big crazy stone man?
Nope. Nope.
Alright, well, I guess we'll figure that out a little later. Unless we have to match it to your hair or something. Meanwhile,
A grip.
let's be fast. Okay, abrupt music transition.
An empty pedestal. Something's missing here.
Maybe a statue head?
Now what?
I told you
What
what.
was I thinking?
Okay. We don't have anything else right now. Oh, there's so much here.
Strong gates.
But maybe
Sarah's
if we were
doll.
small and light, maybe then we could cross this gap?
Energy coursing through the floor. Looks dangerous. A stone head. It seems to transmit energy to the statue. These plates on the floor look like they could move. I can't do that.
But
The head
maybe
of
if
the
we
en-
were the one who belongs here? So it's a combination, but several of these look the same. Okay, but when they come up, we know it's wrong. So, if we were to start with you. No. So first one, two. It's gonna be 2, 5, 3, 1, 4. There we are. I guess?
I'm not strong enough to move this thing.
No, but
Grip.
maybe you are.
A crystal monolith. There's something inside.
So how would we get at it? We go over here?
Spirits hovering above the dead warriors.
Okay, maybe we need something else then to get in there. Also, I know it was the 90s and size requirements were probably a big deal, but if they weren't cowards, they would have had every line for every character here. Okay, let's send little Sarah into the hive. Clearly the best emissary of humanity. This is a place for a child. Then again, she did defeat Iggy the Squid Man.
Ugh, big maggots. I have to cut that cord in order to get the piece of statue down. Sonic disruptor. I've seen that before. Strange machinery. There are 4 control levers. It's not working. Looks like I have to...
Oh god, wait, there's more?
It's not working. Looks like I have to move all 4 switches simultaneously in order to release...
Oh gee, who could handle that? You did a real good job choosing your childhood heroes, you know that? Nope. Got that sonic emitter. Ooh.
The disruptor is working. The grubs have moved away from the grate.
Huh. I was thinking we could set it to a frequency to shatter the crystal, but I guess not.
A grate in the floor. There's a tunnel underneath. I can't do that.
Too big?
Sarah's...
No problem. Oh, we're like Mario. We can jump down and then come up someplace else. But we're stuck in this corner,
Those things
seemingly?
will shred my feet if I try to walk on them.
Alright, well, it doesn't matter.
A Grimwall
Just
comic.
make us Olmec. And up and around. You're really kind of pressed against the side of the frame here. I love how all of these things are kind of caked around the stone architecture of the asylum.
Fountains of blood.
And in fact, maybe the asylum's architecture was meant to, in some ways, resemble Aztec stuff.
A strange hut. Looks like the structures that made up the hive.
Well, I'm glad you actually remember it.
A strange hut.
Yeah. Can I climb
I
down?
have to cut that cord in order to get the piece of statue down.
But cut with what? Okay, this is just gonna be another one of these. These are, that's annoying.
Nope.
Okay, let's work this out, starting with red.
Nope.
Red, yellow, green, blue. Luckily, I lucked into it the first
The
time.
clown's nose has popped out. Now there's a small hole.
Okay, yeah, small hole.
Sarah.
You know what that means? We gotta use you.
The clown nose broke to reveal a small hole.
Yeah. So climb on up there, you agile little thing. Oh, that's horrifying. We made you even worse. What is this?
The angelic statue's left wing.
Just put that in your little pocket, will ya? Okay, so that gives us that. But now we still need to find... Okay, so I get it now. We're trying to reconstruct that statue that's only the torso.
The angelic
We
statue
got the
is
head, the
of
wing,
the angelic.
the other wing.
Sarah's.
Shut up for 2 seconds. The other wing is probably encased in the crystal. And then we'll put all that on, and then the gate will open up the stairs. Wait, we can...
Ah, their wailing could shatter my eardrums.
A puzzle based around sliding bloody corpses down their impalement pike while their screaming spirit yells at us from beyond the grave. That is... that is this game. Is there an order to this? Look, at this angle I can see you're literally escaping your throat.
A piece of the angelic statue was trapped in the crystal.
Thankfully, it doesn't seem to have been a puzzle.
Right wing of the angelic statue.
Yes, take it. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Max, take it. Thank you. We should have everything we need now. But things have gotten very, very loud over here, so get moving. Except for the angel, everything has been pretty self-contained so far. So...
A honeycomb. Looks like something is inside.
there we go, there we have it. Okay, so if we go like this... I distinctly saw a skull behind that one. Are you saying we can't retrieve Darwin? No.
An insect.
The insect mandible from before. Okay, well, that would explain it. I love it in a game like this when you figure out the answer to a puzzle and, like, 8 things, like the next 8 steps just fall into place.
Sarah's doll. An Aztec
we need to be
statue.
Olmec. Having to ride the edge of the screen like this is really awkward. Use that mandible. And get the torso. If only we could just jump back down there. I guess Sarah's legs aren't made of the right stuff.
Sarah.
Yep. Nope, get in there.
Torso of the angelic statue.
Thanks a billion. And we are now carrying far, far more than this child's own mass. But that's how kids are. They're like worker ants. And a busy worker ant we've been.
Better. But it's still not complete. The
Not
angel.
yet.
Better. But it's still
Yep.
not complete. Better.
And you're restored.
The statue is reassembled, and a portal has opened. The real world must be close. I can feel it. I'd better move quickly.
You know, I hadn't even thought about the angel. I had thought she would be like a recurring image, something that appears in every environment, but she hasn't been. I guess, in our way, we had to become the angel. Maybe represented what we wanted to be, or our drive to keep us moving. Then again, maybe it represents, I guess, doing right by Sarah. Because where else do you see an angel but on a gravestone?
You've come far, Max, but I'm afraid it ends here, old friend. As for these, you won't need them any longer. You failed the children of the world, as you failed your sister when she needed you most. You don't have the courage to save them, nor the strength to do what's necessary. You failed everyone. As I've told you countless times before, Max, you've always been your own worst enemy.
Have to get through those columns. The real world lies beyond. This thing won't let me pass. What am I supposed to do?
Seek the truth.
Our IV'd arm reaching out of our own grave as we have a battle on top of it. We have to make the right moves on the chessboard in order to overcome what's left of our own doubt. This is somebody who, you know, being a colleague, and in this field, like, he knew everything about us. He knew exactly what to use against us. Look at all these skulls lining the wall, turning into the faces of the children. I guess they represent, like, all the kids we feel we've failed in the time we've spent developing all of this.
Soon the poison will mix
Morgan!
your veins.
I'll get past this demon of yours somehow. You can't hold me here.
I know it came out 20 years earlier, but I have to note the similarity to Annihilation. So we've got to work in reverse. It's just going to be really, really awkward with these controls.
Soon the poison will
I mean, it's kind of hard to move precisely at all.
It will all be over.
I know. Believe me, I know. How am I supposed to make the transition, though, if it changes to be on top of me? I come to here.
Soon the poison will reach your veins, Max. And it will all be over. Why struggle, Max? The end will come soon.
I need to grab you. That's one.
You are truly a great warrior.
Now I just need to get at the rest. The game. Wait, what? It's timed?
And it will all be over.
Okay, we're out, but we're gonna run out of time. I've only now realized it's literally
You have the
mirrored.
strength. No more games, Morgan.
So that whole line is... Wait, I can't... There we go. There we go.
Why struggle, Max?
You're my hero. I love you.
The shadow is gone. You failed, Morgan. I'm gonna live!
Poison will reach your veins, Max. Enough games, Max. This ends here, now. Do you know that the poison will soon condemn you to darkness forever? Lost to your doomed world. Lost to your wife. Lost to your unborn child. It's over.
Not quite.
I'm back. It's over.
Head of the Mercy Drug Corporation, Dr. Jacob Morgan, has resigned. This surprising development comes just a few short months after the corporation made its cure for the DNAV virus available to the public. Dr. Morgan's successor, Max Lawton, the man who discovered the DNAV cure, had no comment.
The trial of Dr. Jacob Morgan, former head of the Mercy Drug Corporation, begins this morning. Federal authorities claim Dr. Morgan hindered the drug's development in an attempt to increase company profits. He may even have gone so far as to sabotage a researcher's car, an act which nearly prevented a true cure from ever being found. Prosecutors are confident that Morgan will be found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.
This is a test of the subject's threshold.
Bare feet slippers?
You need them to go on the rides, of course.
Must I pass through the bowels of the monster?
This is a confusing mess.
What? I wish I knew, man. Why? That stuff is for the birds. What?
Who are you?
It's a remix of the dialogue we've heard throughout the game. That is hilarious.
The dawn of the insectoids.
Toad puking pig boogers on this game.
That's a rude thing to say.
Hey, who are you? What?
Slimy squid boy broke loose. Wish I could.
Where is that awful music coming from?
I like this music. It's got a great beat.
Oh, it's making me seasick.
doing here? Who am I? Out! Out!
Greed. Bah! Pride. Bah! Evil.
My name is not meat.
His arms were red with blood and he was swinging around the head as he was talking.
Now there be a melody any good sailor would dance a jig to.
Enough games. Enough games. Enough games. Yield before Olmec.
We have a winner!
Amen to that.
Oh, don't cry. The music's not so bad.
That evil machine will be silent for a while.
This is a test of the subject's threshold.
Bare feet slippers?
You need them to go on the rides, of course.
Must I pass through the bowels of the monster?
This is a confusing mess.
What? I wish I knew, man.
Why?
That stuff is for the birds.
What?
Who are you?
Why?
Are your memory pathways in need of service?
Why?
The dawn of the insectoids.
Toad puking pig boogers on this game.
That's a rude thing to say.
Hey, who are you? What?
Slimy Squid Boy broke loose. Wish I could.
Where is that awful music coming from?
I like this music. It's got a great beat.
Oh, it's making me seasick.
Do my ears deceive me?
What? What am I doing here? Who am I? Out! Out!
Greed. Bah! Pride. Bah! Evil.
My name is not meat.
His arms were red with blood and he was swinging around the head as he was talking.
Now there be a melody any good sailor would dance a jig to.
Enough games. Enough games.
So that was Sanitarium, and that was really, really good. And it's basically all because of its tone. This is very much a vibes game. In some ways, perhaps most surprisingly in the visuals, it holds up extremely well. This game still looks good on a 4K monitor 30 years later, and that's a huge achievement, not just of, whatever emulator is getting it to be able to scale like this, but also in terms of just the art style. I mean, this is running, I'm pretty sure, at like 15 FPS or something like that. Even if your display is faster than that, you can tell that the animations just don't have more frames to give. And it uses those limitations to create its style, rather than feeling like it's constrained by them. But it's in the ways that it doesn't hold up that, oddly enough, it gets its identity. I don't know if it's intentional or what, but it's clearly doing its best to be as scary and disturbing and messed up as it can be. But it still can't help but have all that 90s cheese, in the voice acting and the way certain things are portrayed with its limited animation capabilities. And oddly enough, somehow that goofiness seems to breathe life into what otherwise would have been really depressing, what is really depressing, but kind of gives it its own identity in relation to something like, say, Silent Hill 2, which takes itself more seriously. Or I say more seriously, this game does take itself seriously, but it does it in a very different way. I really liked how, aside from showing that car crash in the beginning, it truly threw us in at the deep end. I mean, our very first experience with gameplay was in a burning madhouse, with all this stuff happening around us, everyone talking nonsense to us. And as soon as we get into the actual adventure game gameplay, it's arguably one of the weirdest and scariest locations. That suburbia, that childhood dream, sort of tinged with sickness and deformities, and I thought it was a really good way of making sure that right from the get-go, we were utterly confused and terrified and disoriented. But it still had that sort of chill, slow pace that this whole thing came to be defined by. The thing is, it introduces its largest themes early on, but you don't know that they're themes yet. It's not until you start entering those other areas that you can start to piece things together, and it kind of allows the player to build strength alongside Max, because once you've got that sort of history to go on, the scary things don't seem quite as scary. It never lets up with that creepy, disturbing imagery, but each time you recognize something before, when you can look at something and say, oh, this is kinda like this, and you start to build those connections in your mind, really, now that I think about it, the player builds their confidence in the same way as Max. Every aspect of this is full of symbolism, and some of it is obvious, and some of it not so obvious. I mean, there are certain things where it's like, I think maybe there's a connection there, but you could debate what it actually means. Like, for example, in the Aztec area, we had to find 3 pillars, 3 totems, that we could use to open up the chamber leading to the afterlife. We had to climb down and rise back up. Meanwhile, in the end, we needed those 3 aspects of our personality. We needed Grimwall, Olmec, and Sarah in order to defeat the Doctor and overcome our own shadow. There's just so many different, themes that gets put in a tumble dryer with all these different types of imagery, and that's what I love about it. There's a complexity reaching a simplicity by the end. I always say that a good twist is one that makes the whole thing completely different when you view it retroactively. And in this case, it's not necessarily like a big twist that does that. Rather, it's all these little things that you can examine differently. I always regret not really having the vocabulary to describe why I liked soundtracks so much, but it really was a standout part of this experience, and I think it helps to bridge the gap between the goofiness and how dark the story really is. The whole thing always feels like you're just on the verge of some big revelation, and it's like you have to keep coming up for air and then diving back down. That's the pace of the story. It's actually kind of crazy that it's able to so appropriately map onto what is such a unique tone for a game. I mean, I don't think this game in this way could have released at any other time. This is one of those times where I'm just thinking back on the whole game and realizing that I have so many things I want to talk about, and the time to do that was while I was playing. And I hope this has been fun to watch, because it could at times, through its dated gameplay, be a bit of a slog to get through, and there were times where it felt like it was trying to have gameplay but just did not have the physical dexterity to make it happen, and so it had to fall back on timing segments or just trial and error puzzles. But it was a lot of fun, For the most part, the adventure game elements were fairly logical. There were a few annoying things, but really I had the most trouble in the beginning and in the end. Which means that the overall experience was pretty great, and the overall experience, when you get right down to it, is just how you feel about it while you're playing. I've heard this quote, people won't remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel, and that applies very, very much to games. I may not remember the beat-to-beat moments of this, but I do remember what it was like walking around in that town of children, listening to that soundtrack and wondering just where all of this was heading. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.